So, gotta be unbiased. I can't be like biased about this. Green team for this game will be AAO, and they're gonna be running Conqueror, Kremlin, Des Moines, Moscow, Petropavlovsk, Gear, and Kleber. What do you have for the my team?
Throw are bringing a Yami, Kremlin, Des Moines, Napoli, Moscow, Bulgarian, Darien, and Marceau. Most of them, I'm looking at one in particular, are running in a horrible camo, and I think someone's about to get booed. But
Oh god, yeah, it's the full school bus, apart from Lord Crafty. Okay, Lord Crafty. Imagine not running matching camos. Alright, quickly having a look at the build. Lord Crafty gonna be running leg mod. We got a leg mod gearing for that guy. We have Marceau with Swift and Silence and DFT. Okay, that's an option. Napoli for XIV gonna be running relatively standard build. He's gonna be running aiming systems, since you were curious about that earlier. Tanky Kremlin build, no DCP in slot 1. Kremlin Yamato is going to be running DCP in slot 1 for Killiban. He doesn't like the leg mod for whatever reason. No, he likes the leg mod. He doesn't like the acceleration mod in his Kremlin. Des Moines and Demon Slayer is going to be running leg mod there. We have Gearing of Admiral Kutuzov, who is going to be playing Gearing without the legendary module for whatever reason. And then we have a Daring for Yadum, who is going to be running a relatively standard build. Meanwhile, looking at the build over for AAO, we have a Des Moines running leg mod. We have Moskva also running leg mod with Turret Traverse module and no acceleration mod. He's running the fire prevention thingamajiggy module, whatever you want to call it. Gearing leg mod. Conqueror, who's going to be running a relatively tanky build. We have Kremlin, who has got the slot 1 damage control mod, going full tank. Moskva with a leg mod. Petropavlovsk with the full, Petropavlovsk build. No heavy AP, surprisingly. That's something I would recommend taking on that. Kleber is going to be running standard gunboat, no AFT or any of that bollocks. And then we have the other Kleber, who's also going to be running IFHE.
Right.
Yep.
Before we get onto deployments, can I just ask, what is this situation that has to happen to make Killiban choose a Yami?
He's not allowed to play Ohio. Anyway, over at the A-Cap, deployments, double Kleber, Petropavlovsk, Moskva, and a Kremlin. Over at the C-Cap, Conqueror, Moskva, Des Moines, and Gearing before this battle brawls out.
And throw Marceau, Gearing, Moskva, Napoli, Kremlin to A. Darien's going to back into B on its own. Yami, Gearing, and Des Moines over at C-Cap.
Yeah, that's Daring's backing up for a lot further away than I would normally like. Okay, so Marceau outspots Klebers. Does get the early spots on both of them. Look, what is IFHE Kleber pen? What's Kleber's gun size? Jobsy decides he wants to open up in this battle. This is not a shot that I would recommend taking. I'm not sure if like IFHE on the Kleber actually gives you any extra pen. I think it's just a net loss. Alright, so yeah, Jobsy, not sure where he took that shot. He's going to be suffering for it at the hands of both Klebers now. And he's gonna be able to, he's gonna make this dive into this, so he should be able to reverse. Yeah. Oh, there's another salvo coming in.
Yeah, Killer been taking a pop at Black Blueberry there. I think Jobsy's reasoning there was to enforce the resets on Black Blueberry, who had gone untouched for most of that run.
Yeah, I guess so.
The Doom opening up from the middle with the Darien, not quite catching the reversing Kleber though.
What? Has he been forced out of B yet? No, he hasn't. Alright, so we have all the salvos. Okay, so the Kleber is caught in the Hydra of the Moskva, so he's going to be, like, this shooting's not going to stop for a while, so Kleber just has to dodge for a bit, I guess, and then move over to this side of the island, which is going to stop him actually getting into the cap. Reversing Kleber might take a torpedo here? No, he's alright. He does have Petro Hydra for him. Gearing and Marceau of Jobsy have made it all the way up the 1 line. Do they want to make the dive down the back of the island? I'm not sure if that's the safest play in the world, but I think you can get some good farming out on the Kremlin from behind that position if you're in Jobsy's shoes. Cross shots onto the side of the Petropavlovsk from Killiban's Yamato are not going to be doing much. There is a nasty dip in this island, which the Petro is now very firmly aware of and goes forward, which is going to put him into range of Jobsy beginning the farming. That's a good combination. You force the Petro to go back, Killiban gets another shot, and, we've seen it before. However, Killiban got absolutely farmed by this Moskva.
Killiban is justifying the choice of the damage control mod because I believe it's been Conqueror and Moskva. Yeah, here comes another Conqueror volley.
He's going to get farmed.
Conquerors love to shoot Yamis.
Oh, yeah, everybody loves
the fact of where he's...
Yeah, especially a Conqueror as Yamato who's decided the best course of action is to bring a damage control module and not acceleration to dodge, and also he sat bow in. Alright, so taking a look, we have smoke screens for 2 Des Moines over and above the C-Cap. got gearings who are going to be having a staring contest with it. Right, I'm just going to pull out the gearing builds really quickly. I want to point out, legendary module for absolutely...
Jobsy's in trouble here.
Is he? Okay, hang on.
Jobsy's in a lot of trouble. He might actually go down here at ACAP.
Yeah, Jobsy just got caught.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Did he open up?
I think he'd fired, but the Kleber had gone north of the island and could see him, and it just, yeah, it went very poorly, very quick.
Yeah, alright. Okay, after that, right, what I wanted to explain previously, I wanted to point out, Absolutely is running the leg mod on the gearing, whereas Admiral Kutuzov is not running the legendary module, meaning, in a spotting trade, Absolutely will win this 100% of the time. In a gunfight between the two gearings, which is not something you want to be going, there should be a theoretical advantage for Admiral Kutuzov, but I don't think that's something you want to be doing.
Yeah, the Petro over A took a Napoli top from XIV's Napoli. And now the trading of the secondary has begun.
Yeah, that's an interesting torpedo angle. I'm not sure if this torpedoes get past the Napoli and catch... Oh, he's going for the Klebers inside, okay. Alright, Moscow radar comes out. Kremlin of Kath is pushing forward. There's a...
Into the Kleber torps.
But look at the middle as well. Yadum in the daring has decided he wants to take part in this fight. I think that radar might have came out a little bit too early. So yeah, Kath is going to have to make a hard turn to dodge these clever tops. Beaches against the island, I think that saves
No,
him.
he's not beached. He's just slowed down. He's eaten a Citadel from the enemy Kremlin. But I would say his plan this entire time was to go and catch this Kleber.
Yeah, look at that. You've got the
whole way. HE loaded Yadum coming on the other side. Black Blueberry is in a spot that I wouldn't like to be in.
Well, he should have time to get his torpedoes off before the... Never mind.
Oh, no, they're right.
Oh, you got them off,
That's gonna
6
hurt
torpedoes.
Kath.
That's going to sting a lot. I don't think he gets past... He might get past one of them, but he should take 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to hurt. Takes off his health. Kremlin might have a shot over this... No, it's too low. He can't make the shot. He can't make the shot, can he? No, okay, so... Kath gets safe inside this cap. That's going to even up the kill count 1 versus 1, as we see now. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Absolutely, and Admiral Kutuzov. Absolutely should be able to, like, perma spot Kutuzov. He's no way to get this contest. And we see Demon Slayer in his Des Moines is caught by wind, not inside the smoke screen, is going to get bombed by the Moskva and the Des Moines, and the Conqueror should have a salvo in on him as well. In fact, Demon takes a broadside turn in front of the Moskva. This might hurt a lot. He wanted to get the safety of the smoke screen and turn it full broadside for it. He gets away with it. He does get some shots out onto the gearing of Absolutely. Actually, quite a painful shot on Absolutely. Kutuzov going to be spotted by said gearing, realizes, oh, actually, I'm outspotted by the enemy gearing. Something's weird here. The Des Moines radar comes out, knowing where the position is, but that's a double radar. Some miscommunication there between the Des Moines and the Moscow. They both radar at the same time.
Big hits from Kilibin. It slaps that Petro as it finds another dangerous gap at on that island, all the way down to 2,000 health. I'm pretty sure that was at 500 health briefly there. That is a lesson learned.
Kilibin getting the near dev strike?
Yeah, so Exot had that Petro down to 15,000. Petro started the heal and just kept reversing, and Kilibin has just been sat there that whole time waiting for that to happen.
Was it this? Was it the gap nearest the Red Kremlin right now that he got lobbed over?
Yeah, so
reversed back too far.
He reversed back too far. There's a fire. That's a permafire. That kills him. Or
Kilibin's salvo kills him.
No, Kilibin's salvo is for the Kremlin now. I don't think Kilibin cares about the Petro anymore as it goes down. That was a very timely shot.
With this, they should now allow the Doom Daring to take ACA relatively for free. There's nothing really anything testament. Oh, that's a torpedo onto the Kremlin of
2 torpedoes.
Thompson. Yeah. Painful experience. Pat in the Kremlin here needs to be careful that there's a potential rush developing for the Green Kleber.
Yes.
I think that's what they have to do at this point. They need to send the Kleber, top out the Kremlin, send the Moscow around the back, kill Daring, potentially.
Is it worth it, though?
Because the Yamato position, yeah, good point.
So it's not even that, though, is if it kills Calf, lives the drive-by, survives everything, Yadum's there on a Daring with a lot of health.
Lord Crafty's used his radar right now, so...
Yeah, they know where everything is.
Yeah, what I mean is the radars are down, but I think both Moskvas have both burned their radars. What I meant was if the Daring smoked up, and then he should have the advantage in that Kleber in the fight against the Kleber, but without the smoke screen.
It's one of those, though. If that Kleber was to rush Calf's Kremlin, the Kremlin's going to fire at least one volley into that Kleber and remove a chunk of health, and at that point it becomes a field day for the Daring, right?
Honestly, he may as well just get the Kleber farming onto Kilibin right now. some use to it.
Yeah.
If you combine that with the Conqueror, who's still on full HP, and the Des Moines and the Smokescreen and the Moskvas.
The Conqueror has been waiting for a shot on Lord Crafty, by the way. It just fired an AP salvo at you, Doom. Killerman's probably going to go down.
At the same time, the Kremlin for the green team has been caught bow in for a while. He should be going down eventually.
He's going to go down. Killerman's actually undetected. Didn't realize that this was just blind shots coming in. Killerman crashed the island and is just going to sit there for a while until he gets a heal, I'd imagine. Yeah, the Green Kremlin's got 3 heals left still, and still got a lot of health to use. So it's not a done deal yet.
Can he make the turn out? Like all the torps have gone past him. He can probably just W and turn. Does he have acceleration mod? He doesn't. He's got damage. It's going to take a little longer than he wants, and you have to give broadside the Napoli at that range. I'm not sure if you want to do that really.
Yeah. Oh, it would be.
He gets.
I don't think it could make the turn to the left.
Oh, you might have salvo coming in.
Yep.
There's literally nothing.
Yes. Kremlin's. This is the thing. Kremlin's got that. It's a rounded belt, right?
Yeah.
So
like
long range shots just don't do anything to its broadside. Close range, yes, fine, but long range just bounce off into the water. Is that another shot out from?
There's that rounded belt.
Another shot out from Killerman here. This time into the island, angrily.
All right, so C-cap is definitely takeable by
XIV's being slapped.
Oh wow! What hit it? Was that just the Kremlin?
XIV's being conquered currently.
Ah, okay. There we go. Yes, he's being conquered. He's being Moskva. He's potentially being Kremlin as well. He doesn't have his damage control ready, and he is currently burning. He is running a heal right now. He's down 6,000 health. More salvos coming in, all going to be splashing around him. He should be able to reverse around this island. The Kremlin looks like he's eventually going to go down now. We did get a torp off. I think he hit a torp from...
Yeah, he did. He caught a gearing torp in the stern. He's got a heal in 16 seconds, though. Crafty needs to be sure that this shot's going to kill it.
No, it's not, because he just shot him the island. Kremlin... Can he dev strike him through? No, the Kremlin's guns aren't looking at him. The Kremlin's guns are looking for XIV. Is he going to be able to get the rat? Okay, there we go. That was a lot closer.
Crafty having a moment there.
Yeah. All right, so green team currently take possession of B and C. A-cap firmly in control of throw over there. Kill advantage in the hands of throw for now, but there's definitely time to turn this around for AAO. They can just hold things.
Yeah, they've got the as it stands, they do well. They win on time if there was an extra 2 minutes on the actual match clock.
It's lit up green. That means that they win either way.
Yeah, I know. So they win either way, but yeah, all they throw need to do is touch B.
Yeah, but with what? Daring of your Doom in the face of a Moskva.
Yeah, because you send your Doom onto the Moskva's side of the B cap, and it's going to come out to shoot. And yes, you got the Colbert there that can do it and whatnot. But if you get him onto that side, so the Moskva can't actually shoot him. By the time the Moskva's radar is done, it can move back away and be out of hydro range and just be relatively safe.
So Bin's being conquered again.
Yes, Bin is being conquered. So if you're Demon Slayer, surely you use AP on this Moskva, and not HE.
Where is Demon?
Demon Slayer is firing across from C onto a fairly side-on Moskva. I would have. The Moskva is reversing and making the angle better now, though.
I mean, you'll switch eventually, most likely.
Crafty is being farmed out by the Moskva, by the Kleber, sorry, and Moskva.
Yeah, but there's also salvos coming in. Oh, actually, is that torpedo salvo risky? You should be okay.
Yeah, Leo's just got enough speed on him to get past that.
Alright, gearing smokescreen from Melvin goes down in front of Lord Crafty. Crafty pops his Damacon before the smoke gets him completely covered, though. This might be his death. He might have sealed his own death warrant there. Salvo's still coming in. Damacon is down. If he gets caught with fire from any of these salvos, he could be it. Shell's still landing on him. The blind fire can't come out.
9 seconds till the heal.
He's taking fire.
He should live. He should live. He's got a heal in 3 seconds. But the shells might make it worse. There he's going to heal through that fire, I think.
That through one fire, yeah, but there's still the potential for a second one. The shells are still landing from the Clever. He knows exactly where he is. Can Leo get back in the range to do a radar? No, he can't. Okay, so...
Shots out from Calf all the way across the map. He's trying to get the Des Moines in C-cap.
Yeah, let's see if he gets... Ooh, that's actually looking quite good on the broadside. And for a long-range dispersion says no.
Yeah, just falling short, probably on the edge of range, to be honest, at that point. So Uduma is close to B cap. The radar from the Moskva is up, and Uduma's just gonna hang around until the radar goes down, I suppose.
There's 5 minutes left on the battle clock. Okay, the radar comes out from painted. The daring single fire conga line torps are on the way at the Moskva's bow. He's gonna have to reverse back behind this island. I mean, those are good torps. Hey, does this Moskva have acceleration mod? That's a damage control mod, Moskva. This is why you run acceleration module. This might be your demise.
He should live, but I don't think that was worth it.
No.
But Udum does need to get himself into B cap now. He needs to be in that cap.
Yeah, I think they're sending Killerbin in instead, but that's a lot of risk because there is a Conqueror waiting there.
Yeah, there is a Conqueror right there.
Speaking of conquered, Kath is probably about to be conquered. There's an HE salvo coming in. He's popped his Damacon already.
And AP from the Moskva.
Kath's
in a lot of trouble.
8,400 health, no Damacon
talking about
available.
trouble, Moskva. That's a permafire. Moskva has got 3 seconds until the heal goes down. There's no saving that. That gives you more time to step on B cap.
At the same time, Melvin got caught out.
Yeah.
Radar ends.
Xot's got no heals left. Lord Crafty's trying to get into that cap.
He gets catch the fire. He's got a Damacon available. Yes.
He uses it, yeah. He's healing. That's Crafty's last heal.
Thrower currently in the lead.
Thrower in the lead. They're gonna take B cap, but there's a shall we call it an elephant in the room?
What would that be? The fact that everything's low HP.
Full health Conqueror that has 4 heals left. Now, obviously, you can negate that Conqueror's risk or danger by just playing Ring Around the Roses with him, I suppose. I don't know how Fro will deal with this. They need to. Yeah, there's the B cap. It's stepping on B cap, taking B cap. I don't see any resistance to that happening here.
So, can they rotate the Des Moines of Nicinator in along with the gearing to get some sort of spotting somehow?
Oh, Killer Bin! Leo on 30,000 health or so, pushing back in to start getting the advantage on ACAP for AAO, just discovers that Kilibin apparently sometimes knows how to shoot. Yes. That was a majestic shot and it paid off. That's a huge win for Throw right there.
So meanwhile, we have the Conqueror coming around the corner, ready to try and do something. There are single-fire conga line tops going in all sorts of directions from Udum. I don't know if any of these are going to land on the Conqueror. Can this Conqueror do things when he gets around this corner? There's 2 minutes left on the clock.
They will land on the Conqueror unless the Conqueror beaches?
Well, you might take 2. You might take 4, actually.
Dodges that one. He's going to be fine from this. No, this is a hit, surely.
So Moskva or Lord Crafty is going to be spotted over the top of that smoke screen just because of the sheer length of their bloom range.
Is the Des Moines of Nicinator spotted? Yes. Nicinator doesn't want to go past that island now.
Because of Killivan's Yamato positioning.
Yes. And Demon Slayer on the border opening up, whilst still broadside, but... Yeah, the... Nicinator's in a lot of trouble. Oh, they've just given up. Nicinator's firing into the water. They've given up. AAO have thrown it in. They've called it.
He's going to dodge the torps.
He's going to dodge it.
No, he's going to turn.
Did they start to call it? They started to call it and then... Weird. That... That's an interesting... It's an interesting one. Killiban ready for the shots here.
Yeah, here comes the Conqueror Salvo onto the Des Moines of Demon Slayer. This could be a lot of damage. Catching it on the bow. No, not quite enough. He's 20,000. There's still time for like, shots coming around.
I was very confused about that decision to start firing into the water by Absoluti and
Nicinator there.
Yeah. Pyrian Torps from Kutasov coming in for the Conqueror here. There's a minute 40 left.
That'll be 2. It's a Conqueror.
Yeah. It's a Conqueror.
It doesn't have a healer. It doesn't have a damage controller.
Yeah, Conqueror goes down here. That's it. 20 points left in it, and there's
so many low HP ships. I mean, it looks like the Clever might be able to try and... Nah, it's a nap.
Yeah.
It's invincible.
So here's the thing. I think those two decided... It looks like those two decided it was over, and then when they said that, they got told, shut up, we can still win this. And You know, that seemed odd, but that was. I hate to credit Killiban. I do hate to credit him. But he did do some good shots in that battle for Fro.
Throw 1-0 in this series. Team B. So, that was a whole thing. Some awkwardness there with the Moskvas and the fires and damage control a bit too early. We saw like the not respecting the lob of the Yamato over onto the Petropavlos. That was a bit of a dangerous one as well. I think lack of engine acceleration module on some of the Moskvas as well. I think that like if you're going to be pushing it into that kind of position, you need to be a little bit more cautious with poking round, or at least have the ability to get back in a place when you do go. There's some.
There was a lot happened there.
Yeah, there's a lot of low health throw ships in that game. Like this scoreboard doesn't do it justice. Like, they still lost a lot more ships. Jobsy threw his ship away pretty much immediately as well. Getting caught out.
Through were skirting the edge of life there quite a long time as well. There was at one point I think there was like both teams were under 200k, but Throw still had 70 or 80,000 less hit points, and I'm like, it's a dangerous position to be in. But I suppose most of the AAO hit points were in that Conqueror.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm watching your stream now as it looks like we're coming up to the moment where there is going to be a brief death strike on a Moskva there.
Oh, we're about to go into Shatter.
Yes, we are. I don't know why we've all been like. So are we in the spectator slot on your screen?
I don't know. I'm not in the training room right now. I'm on the scoreboard still. Hang on. Back to port. I am in the middle. Yes.
Okay, so we've all been muted from spectators.
Okay.
We're restarting the training room because the spectator slots are broken.
Okay. That's a new one. It's fine. Training room bugs, never a thing, right?
Yeah. This game has perfect competitive environment.
Oh yeah, esports ready. We are esports ready. Yeah, the room's not back up yet. So, do you want to take us through like what we actually? I'll play the map intro video now while we're prepping for it, and that gives us some time to like think.
The room's back up.
In there. All right, I'm gonna play the map intro video. So, Shatter coming up. Yeah.
The picturesque coastlines of the maritime provinces of eastern Canada form the backdrop for a titanic clash of opposing fleets. These steep cliffs and jagged rocks will soon echo the thunder of heavy guns, and only one team will emerge supreme. This is Shatter. Shatter is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. In this new configuration, Cap Alpha on the left is arguably the safest for destroyers. Though there are plenty of nearby islands within radar range, the cap perimeter is wide open, providing unfettered access and a multitude of ways in and out. This directly contrasts with Capture Point Bravo in the center, which is more claustrophobic and has only a handful of entrances and exits. Ships taught out here typically fall under tremendous focus fire from both map edges. On the right, control of the new Charlie Cap is likely to depend heavily on commanding the island on the western edge. Expect teams to deploy ships both south of this island and to the 9-10 line on the extreme eastern edge as they vie for dominance. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Shatter.
Lovely map intro video there by the wonderful favorite creature of land and sea, Sea Raptor. So what do we think about Shatter?
Howden Gaming?
Do we think that we're going to be getting more Howden Gaming? Is this something that we're expecting to see? I mean...
So, I'll be honest, I expect it every time I see Shatter. But that's just because that's what we ran, right?
This is the problem, is I may or may not have been around during a throw tactics meeting, so I'm just not, like, talking.
Yeah, that's fair. I expect to see Howdens, just because they are unique enough and strong enough on that map. It's
Yeah, I agree. I think Howden's a very strong ship. I also like to, I personally, if it was up to me, I would put Howden's on this. And as you've seen,
everywhere.
no, I think the two on the B side, the BC side, is fine. Those two positions were great because you got 4 chainable airstrikes, right? Whatever ship that you want to chain the airstrikes on, you have the one for the initial DCP. The next, if he doesn't DCP, fine, you're burning a fire and you just sat there regenerating your airstrike, and you have 3 in reserve holding. You also have hydro control being provided by one of the Hounds, so you've got vision on what you want to hydro. You have things backing it up from various places. That's what the Schlieffen was for, I believe, that we saw. The Schlieffen was actually just there as a hydro bot to continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just seen some of your clanmates have filtered into your chat, by the way, and picked up on my quote at the end of that battle. I hate to credit Killerman.
Yeah, we all hate the credit Killerman. We're not Killerman enjoyers. Honestly, no.
Yeah.
So basically, what this means is after we saw, well, actually, we did see a clip earlier on of Killerman on this map.
Yes, we did.
Of some Ohio gameplay. So I'm not sure if Throw are a one strat enjoyer like we saw Silk were earlier yesterday, or are they gonna have a spare strat ready to go? Are they gonna realize, we should probably like change our strats now that like our strat is like, after like a clip of our Ohio push through the middle was like shown to the world, maybe we should change that up. Who knows? Did you say St. Vincent was banned in this series? I can't remember. St. Vincent was banned, yes. So yeah. Which is honestly, look, banning St. Vincent against Throw is probably just doing yourself a disservice because Killerman's probably going to int it anyway.
Yeah. Banning St. Vincent puts Killerman in a yammy.
Yeah.
Where he starts dev striking cruisers apparently.
I mean, his Yamato was a lot further forward than it should have been in my books, but he made it work. He just didn't get focused. So, like, he should have been farmed out by that Conqueror Moskva.
So what's interesting though, I think Killerman was personally planning to stay a bit further back, but the Conqueror made him, seek island cover, right? Because the Conqueror is just going to keep raining and raining and raining. So he got island cover, and he managed to stay undetected for some bizarrely long time, and then play Ring Around the Rosies with a Conqueror whilst finding a Des Moines on the other side. It's like a dream position for a cruise, for a Yami, right? It's just like, oh look, a Des Moines. Broadside.
Also, the drop shots on the Petro. It took 3 attempts, but he eventually found it. And obviously, he found it when I wasn't looking.
Yeah, and he found it at the crucial moment where Exot's having this really slow slug back and forth, and the Petro's about to get away from Exot. It's got a heel coming, and then suddenly just Citadel.
I was busy like watching the 2 gearings and pointing out the lack of unique upgrade on the Admiral Kutuzov. Anyway, it does sound like we're getting back into the game now. I didn't happen to see which team was on which side because I don't pay enough attention sometimes.
Same. Too busy chatting shit.
Yeah. Imagine like paying attention.
Imagine reading.
Yeah. Alright, let's have a look.
Throw a red.
Throw a red. Okay, so that'll be game. So, game 2 of this best of 3 series between AAO and Throw, and the green team for this game will be will be AAO, and they're going to be running Schlieffen, Kremlin, Des Moines, Heavenlift, Petropavlovsk, Earring, Daring, and Ragnar. Meanwhile,
Throw in the red costumes over there, bringing Schlieffen, Kremlin, Des Moines, Napoli, Double Moskva, Girin, Daring, and Kleber.
Turns out that Throw are not, in fact, Howden Live enjoyers, despite my protests.
I think maybe Lord Crafty just doesn't own a school bus camo.
Oh, no. Alright, having a look at some initial builds. Crafty is running engine mod. Range mod on the Napoli of Exot. Hillabin in a Kremlin. Without the damage control mod in slot 1. Path in a Schlieffen. Full secondary, including the secondary survivability module in slot 1. Yeah, that's full secondary with 1 heal missing. Admiral Kutuzov going to be running leg mod Moskva. Not going to be running the propulsion mod. We've seen what happens when you don't run propulsion mod in that. We have... Wait, Exot's Napoli is running... Yeah, range mod. Why? I don't understand this. Relatively standard daring build. No heavy AP though, which makes me sad. Jobsy and the Clever going to be running Swift and Silence and the Legendary module. Okay then. Legendary module Clever. Meanwhile, Melvin in the gearing has... Melvin actually runs the Legendary module on his gearing. Alright, back over and have a look at the green team. Let's have a look. Nicinator in his Des Moines is going to be running the unique upgrade and engine mod, and no heavy AP though. We see Gearing of Absolutely is still running the Legendary module, full torpedo spec with Superintendent for the bonus smoke, but not running the smoke and engine mod upgrades. Daring, going to be relatively standard, going to be running Consumables Expert and using the British Captain Cunningham. Howden Live, going to be running full airstrike build as expected. Leafing behind him, going to be running full secondary module without the slot 1 slot IFHE build. We see the Kremlin is going to be running full tank. He's going to be running the damage control mod in slot 1. Petra Pavlos with Tolpapega going to be running a relatively standard build with reload mod. And the Ragnar is going to be running an AFT build. Des Moines with leg mod as well. That's enough for the builds. Let's have a look at the initial deployments. So, ACAP, we see over for the green team at Ragnar, Petropavlovsk and Kremlin. Des Moines looking like there's going to be positioning with B. Daring going to be joining on the other side with the Schlieffen behind it. Howden Live looking to be making some sort of play towards C along with the Gearing and Gearing Des Moines.
So, Throw are bringing in a Daring over to A, followed by a Napoli, Moskva. Schlieffen looks like he's going up towards B, maybe going to cut across towards A in the island chain that's up there just next to B cap. Kremlin is floating between B and C. Des Moines, Gearing, and the Legendary Kleber up to C cap.
Yep, so we did see that you got the initial dive into the C cap from the Kleber. That's the benefit of bringing the French destroyers. You get into the cap really quickly, and before these torpedoes are anywhere near him, you should have the cap, you should get out of there.
Yeah, I do see the Green Daring Hydro on going to reverse into B cap now. If it had been any other DD and had decided to just try and drive across that gap, Melvin's long ago fired torps might have actually been a danger, but they're just going to harmlessly attack some shoreline there.
And Jobsy taking a turn in there, making my, look like he was about to take a torp, he didn't need it, but he's fine. Alright, so, having a look over at C, we see the positioning here. We have a Ragnar parked just on the outside of the cap, reverse towards it. As soon as he gets spotted, he'll just pop the rear. It's like, hi, I'm here. I'm going to shoot you now, and then, with the reversing there, you should be able to get immediately out of that with the improved acceleration built into it. This 1-2 line push with the XIV, Napoli, and potentially the Moscow, you could make this jump, in theory, if you wanted to. You could jump from the line, the F1 island all the way up to D2, E2. You can make that jump with Moscow inside the Napoli smoke screen. That's a long way to go, but you can't traverse it. And that would allow you to get onto the back of the Kremlin and potentially hold the line of sight shots on the Des Moines if it reverses at some point.
We are seeing a potentially dangerous move by Jobsy, who is full speed over towards B cap, where Des Moines is waiting. Hopefully he's just gonna... He's hydroed actually by the Daring.
Yep.
So he's going to find out about that Des Moines very shortly.
Ragnar Ritter comes out, does spot you doom in the Daring. Schlieffen of Kath secondaries begin raining down, so that'll be like, okay, there's a Schlieffen here, Des Moines, try to stay back. Jobsy does take a chunk from said Des Moines. Kremlin salvo from Killabin, going to be lobbing for that Des Moines. Does actually get him with
he gets a good hit.
Chunk. Yeah.
But Jobsy's going to go down here, I think. I don't see how Jobsy gets out of this. He's got no speed boost. And we'll just get radared by the Des Moines once he's... Do you think he can get reverse in time? Maybe?
You can reverse, you can beach up against this island to the right hand side. Des Moines can't lob that anymore. You will be stuck in the Daring's Hydro, but if the Daring wants to come forward to try and fight him, he has to worry about... Actually, Katz, Schlieffen went so... Okay.
But there's a potential problem there, though. There is a Howden. Jobsy can't rely on that island for cover if he's detected by Hydro, because there is the existence of the Dutch cruiser there just nearby.
Lord Crafty going to be suffering at the hands of a Ragnar, falling over a couple of islands. Alright, Schlieffen comes out. So we have Schlieffen on Schlieffen.
Yeah, good chunk there by Maximoto and Tekath.
Another Kremlin salvo coming out towards the Des Moines. This time not as effective, but still getting chunks. Alright, Jobsy down to 8,000 health with the bow in, clever gameplay and getting farmed, all that. Alright, so single fire torpedo wall coming towards Kath's Schlieffen might actually be dangerous because he has continued forward. This could be very painful. He is still broadside to all of them. Does he make it past? He dumps torpedoes of his own. Secondaries are coming out, starting on the Ragnar, who's decided to open up.
And on the Daring.
Yeah. You may not like it, but this is what peak Schlieffen gameplay looks like with a secondary firing on both sides.
He's going to eat one of those Darien Torps, maybe, but get away from the rest. Calebin's been getting farmed down by that Des Moines that he's been shooting at as well, so it's an interesting set of trades going on here.
Yeah, but now we have... Does the Schlieffen continue forward? Is that a whole thing? We have a wall of torpedoes going past the Kremlin on the other side of it. Like, does the Schlieffen just go for this?
He doesn't have the Torps on the right side. Calebin getting good hits on that Des Moines again.
Yeah.
That Des Moines is going to be hydroed by CAF at least as a minimum for the next 30 seconds, 25 seconds, sorry. So that's maybe one more Calebin volley.
The police will be coming for him.
Or the ambulance, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, thank you very much, emergency services, for starting your siren outside my window.
Yeah, very much appreciated. It's fine. This is the last day of my
doing a good bit of damage. Cross shots coming in from XIV's Napoli onto that Des Moines.
Yeah, I guess that's why he brings the range mod.
If it works.
I mean, he's getting damage onto him. He's
Yeah,
gonna
he
have,
is.
if he goes
There was
forward.
an AP volley briefly, but then HE's going to come out with Kilobins. So I don't actually... Are they just proxy spotting through this island? Is that what's going on here? Yes-ish?
Hydra,
Yes.
I believe. All right, daring. Daring
Calf's
on
Hydro's
Clever.
down.
Jobsy.
Yeah, that's a... As a legendary Clever, that's a fight... Well, obviously you don't know it's a legendary Clever when you're in Darien, but here comes the Howden's Plains. Just missing. Jobsy's just in full retreat there, which is fair. Kilobin's taking a lot of pressure here.
Oh yeah, he's now full broadside to Des Moines, raining down shells on him. He needs to accelerate, and then that's putting face first into daring. And I think Kilobin has a bit of a fear of daring single line conga top, so he might not be too interested in that. He's going for the shots on this Des Moines still. I think he clipped the island on the way out with that salvo, but can't quite get him. Down to 6,000 health.
It was CAF being on the island itself that was proxy spotting him because the Hydro had been down for a while. CAF's reversed up into some Darien Torps here, hopefully going to go back forward before they land. Des Moines is healing. Kilobin's in a lot of trouble here.
Kilobin's in a lot of trouble. Des Moines in a lot of trouble. Cat's in a lot of trouble.
Jobs in a lot of trouble.
Meanwhile, Lord Crafty and co have finally made some advances.
I think Kilobin goes down here. Torps, maybe 3 of them.
Oh dear, yeah. That'll be a very dead bin. See, Schlieffen of Kath is being farmed out by the Ragnar, and the Napoli and Moskva and second Moskva just haven't provided anywhere near enough pressure with this
Exil's
push.
back on that Des Moines, but that Des Moines is going to go forward now. Maybe, as long as it doesn't die to those shots, it bounces all of Kutuzov's AP from the Moskva. Exil's got one more volley out. I just don't see them getting that Des Moines kill. And Jobsy's... What does Jobsy do in that spot? It's...
Probably die.
Yeah, I don't see a way past that. Calf goes down here, I think. There's no escaping that.
Yeah, he's being farmed down by
Lord
this.
Crafty takes massive hits from the Schlieffen.
Yeah, it turns out that you don't want to be full broadside to one of those.
Yeah, it turns out that Shatter is not looking like Throw's happy place right now.
No, it's really not. Clearly, look, I'm just going to say that every team that we've seen win on this map today has been running Howden.
Yes. Your observations are in fact correct.
Yeah.
Well, as they stand. Unless, of course, AAO fancy just inting all their ships randomly, but
No.
I don't think they do.
No, look, just because your opponent's clan tag says throw doesn't mean you need to do it.
It would be a spectacular effort for AAO to lose this at this point. Crafty's undetected on 2,000 health. Calf's just said, yeah, I'm going. That's it. I've got no heals left. I don't want to be farmed. I want to just torp and secondaries. Let's go.
Yeah. Like I said, this Moskva, Napoli, like they could have had so much more impact on the Kremlin, but they just didn't want to go around with it. It's a Petro kiting, a Ragnar kiting, and a Kremlin Des Moines there. You could have got some impact on it. Yeah.
Was Calf down a set of torp troops?
Possibly. It's very probable. He was being farmed constantly by Ragnar and airstrikes.
There's only one set went out on that side.
Things are dying everywhere.
Yeah, the inevitable. Jobsy went forward into the daring. That Des Moines that was getting slapped at the start is on 12,000 health with no heals left, but is, its only opponent right now is Yadum's Daring.
Mm-hmm.
Melvin has been chased off into a merry adventure.
Well, you might actually be able to gunboat this Des Moines down. It might take some effort, but it's possible.
Yeah, well, that's a bit harder when Ashlif and Daring also join that to make it a 3v1.
I think he's just giving up. He's just like stopped.
Yeah,
stopped
yeah. Melvin's firing into Des Moines. It's
honestly, I think it's just this flank getting stalled out so hard. Like they needed to make the surround on. They needed to get everything focused on that Kremlin. They needed to focus by like if they all came around up here, you've got all these islands that you can use to like advance. Like the only things holding you back is a Ragnar and a Petro, and if they're shooting at you, they're spotted in the open, and you have the firepower of 2 Moskvas and a Napoli all on them. So.
Yeah, exactly, and that's very solidly done by AAO to bring it to a game 3.
Indeed, going for the reverse. Right, and then we'll go to the best pre-scene and be like, whoa, reduction value. Alright, so, yes, AAO, take a map 2, Pro, take a map 1. Next one is going to be Waters. With my terrible map intro video. Would you like to see my terrible map intro video? Is that a thing that people would like to see? I don't care if you want to see it or not, because I'm going to play it. In the southern Arctic Ocean lies an archipelago of Caledonian granite. Frigid and foreboding, these frozen rocks and sparse fauna will shortly become unwilling witnesses to the rigors of naval combat. This is Northern Waters. Northern Waters is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the left, the B cap in the center, and C is on the right. Capture Area A is isolated from the map center by 2 large islands along the eastern edge. These islands provide limited cover for radar cruisers who may want to deploy nearby, while a narrow channel connects the cap to the middle of the map. In the center of the map, Cap B contains hard cover in the center of the cap for intrepid destroyer captains hoping to secure control. Just like the A cap though, there are islands along the eastern edge that provide at least some cover for radar cruisers to defend from. The scattered islands in and around Cap C create challenges on both offense and defense. Not only do they constrict the movement of battleships in the area, they provide places for lighter units to take shelter behind and launch ambushes from. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Northern Waters. I hate that person. The person with the most annoying voice in the world doing Northern Waters map intro. Why did they do this?
Yeah. So there's a couple of questions coming in about how this is done.
Yeah,
in terms of picks and bans and stuff.
Yeah, the ban.
And I know it's 5 minutes ago, but yeah.
The ban comes out at the start of the season. Each team blind bans a ship. I think it comes out after. So I think you do your pick bans for the map. So each team bans a map. Team 1 picks a map. Team B picks the spawn for that map. Then the reverse happens. So Team 2 picks a map. Team 1 picks the spawn for it. And the third map is randomly generated by a bot. The spawn is randomly generated as well because it's fairness, it's easy to do it. This then moves us on to the banning phase of the ships, where each team blind bans a ship. So you both pick a ship that you want to ban, and then they're both banned from the series, and it's like, okay, whatever. Both teams are able to ban the same ship because you have no idea what the other team's going to ban, so you could both ban the same ship, like Kleber or Nevsky or something like that, and then you just play the series. There's no changing your bans at any point during the series. We did away with the tournament-wide bans for this series and instead replaced them with a set of limitations, so you can have no more than no more than 2 Nevsky and Moskvas. You can have no more than 3 of Ragnar, Kleber, and Marceau, with no more than 2 of each of those individual ships, and no more than 1 of Ohio and Kremlin. Did I mention the Napoli Petro one? I think I mentioned the Napoli Petro one. I can't remember. It's
sure, yeah.
Yeah,
there is a link that takes you to the rule set. So if Piper can, type in whatever the command is to bring that up in 5 minutes time from when we've said this, that'll be grand.
Wouldn't it be?
Throwing Piper well and truly under the bus.
Indeed, aren't you like the best friend in the world? Speaking of the best friends in the world, I got nothing. Who's going to be in the green team for this game? Green team for this next game will be AAO throw on the red team, so that means I don't have to train anyone, please.
Yeah, the training room might be breaking again.
Oh, yeah.
Oop. Oop. Hmm?
Have we broken
Science
the
is happening in the
spectator slots
background.
again? We might have
Yeah.
broken the spectator slots again. Do we have another series after this as well? I think we do.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do.
Long day.
It is indeed a long day.
I don't suppose you can check the spreadsheet first and tell them if you have any idea who the hell might be playing in the next series. Oh yeah, it'll be
I just need to. I've lost the spreadsheet.
Oh no,
Which
I found it. It's gonna be
what's the bracket?
Shaft. It's gonna be Shaft versus the loser of Shiny Torres.
You mean the winner of Shiny Torres? Yeah. So it might, whoever loses in the Shiny Torres match is out.
Yes, potentially. Does that mean Orkin lost? Orkin beat Shiny and BT beat Torres. Have I been kicked out of the training room again?
Yes, and you've got that completely backwards again. Torres beat BT, Shiny beat Orson.
Wait, what? Then how? What? No. Okay, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. No, this is really confusing as well. Like this
The tournament shows that a lot better.
Yeah. I'm looking at spreadsheets and it's a whole mess.
Yes. Don't look at spreadsheets; they're bad for you.
No, you're not wrong. All right, so the room's fucked once again, so we'll just be remaking that again.
I have sent you a screenshot of what the group looks like.
That really helps. I'm not gonna look at it, but
Yeah, well, it's there if you're trying to work out who's beating who.
okay. So spoilers. Currently, in the series that is happening, that we're not watching, it is a 1-0 lead for Shiny. But I gave you enough time to plug your ears by saying spoilers. If you're going to complain at me now, go fuck yourself. On spoilers. Yeah, no. Right. Yes. I should probably do like a system where it's like, when I raise my hand, I'm done talking about spoilers. Blah 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 blah. Spoiler.
Sure.
Spoiler.
Sure.
Gandalf kills Snape. Spoiler. Done talking about spoilers. Yes.
Right.
The Wriggles. Yes. Northern Waters. Wait, why are people taking the piss out of my accent? I have a beautiful accent. Alright, what we got here? Elfrictini once again has opened the room. Let's go jump into it and then be like, I love training rooms. Woo, yeah, wargaming. I love those training rooms. They're really good. I like them. Yeah. I mean, they're better than what we used to have, I guess.
Yeah, I just every time I am involved in the cuts where the training room starts to break, I think my soul just dies a little bit inside, which is every cut. If you're unsure of how regular that is, it's every time without fail.
Hey, at least it's not crashing my entire PC today.
At least it's not doing that, and at least it seems like people can still access the training room.
Yeah. That was the whole thing last weekend. I was very happy with it. This time I only had an OBS crash.
And it's kind of your own fault.
It's not like.
Did you go fiddling around with things midstream?
Well, I added a source. How dare I add a source to OBS? You know, the thing that it's meant to. How dare I press a couple of buttons inside a program? Imagine if World of Warships crashed when you like tried to select a certain ship and equip a certain module on it. It's like, I mean, to be
You
fair,
say that as if it's not a thing.
yeah, like, look, I still don't understand the weirdest bug I've ever heard about in World of Warships was aside from like railgunning and stuff like that. It's like fucking. So there used to be a bug with the Johan the Wit B hull. Or was it the A hull? I think it was the A hull, where the bow fire point only lasted 30 seconds, but the rest of the A hull and B hull lasted 60 seconds. Genuinely impressive. No idea how the fuck that happens.
What about the bug where people with AMD GPUs can't see any form of airstrike reticle at all?
That one I don't understand because that's to do with like overlays and stuff. stuff. Like, I can understand how it might be bugged on that, but I still don't think it should be like this. Like,
5 months later, still bug.
Okay, both teams appear to be
There's at
ready.
least one person in chat right now who's like, "Oh, it's me."
Yeah. All right, both teams are ready. Getting in, game number 3. AAO versus Pro Northern Waters.
Before we get into the match, though, Sarah, I'm quite happy. Trust me, I'm quite happy.
Question mark?
He's in your chat talking about map intro videos.
Understandable. Right, so AAO on the green team for game 3 of this best of 3 series will be running Yamato, Kremlin, Des Moines, Moscow, Petra, Pavlovsk, Derek, Kleber. What do you have to throw?
Throw are bringing in Yami, Kremlin, Des Moines, Marseille, Napoli,
dear.
Moskva, Darien, Marceau, Haragumo. And so I just want to say, I think that, Kilibin and Kaf, they've clearly had a talk and they said, you know what, when we changed out of Yami, Kremlin, it went badly. So we're going to unchange. We're going to go back to that combo, it worked.
Right, so this is something I've been expecting to see for a while. I want to see if it works. I want to see that this Marseille runs down the one line and rushes the island. But if it gets there, it doesn't have really anything to defend itself against rushes. Like, it has no...
Because you
torpedoes.
can rush it from behind and not care.
Yeah, it's like, this is like, it's... Alright, let's go have a look, let's go pull some builds up, actually, while we're here. Let's go. Kleber for Blueberry, gonna be running... Why are you running rudder mode? I'm not... Okay. Relatively standard build. He's running IFHE in rudder mode, that kid. Moscow, Tolpavir, gonna be running leg mod and prop mod. I like the prop mod. Kremlin, gonna be running very tanky, Damacon, etc, etc. Mine, gonna be running leg mod, no heavy AP though, so I built the expert instead. Daring, gonna be running relatively standard build, no heavy AP, taking consumables instead. Petropavlovsk, gonna be running no heavy AP. Running RPF in his Petropavlovsk, not sure if you need that. I suppose it helps if you want to, like, push in stealth raid or something. Your turret traverse is so awful. Moscow with a leg mod and survivability expert. Running Ovechkin for the improved survivability expert, actually. Yamato, going to be running relatively tanky build, going to be running no acceleration module or anything like that. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at the throw builds. Daring, relatively standard build, no heavy AP though. Radar comes out really early, by the way, by Moscow, not going to be catching anything. Haragumo, going to be running leg mod, plus the smoke upgrade, plus the engine upgrade, and Suzuki for the improved survivability expert. Got the Des Moines and Demon Slayer behind him running the legendary module with no heavy AP, going to be running improved survivability expert from Ovechkin as well. Yamato Salvo coming out from Kilibin, he's going to be running full tank. Moskva Admiral Kutuzov still running the damage control instead of the prop mod. Kremlin of Kath going to be running full tank with prop mod and brisk. I like the Swift and Silence Kremlins on the online. Napoli of XIV can still be running the range mod, and the Marseille of Jobsy is what we wanted to get to. He's running survivability expert and relatively sane build as far as sane builds go. Ginger Ninja and the Marceau are going to be running a relatively standard build with Swift and Silence instead. Okay, so initial deployments. Already things have happened. Green team sent everything to B, apart from this Yamato, Moskva, Des Moines, and Daring, who've all got to C.
Red team have sent Marceau, Marseille, Napoli, Kremlin, Moscow to A, Daring, and Yami B. Kilibin, he's an eyeline enjoyer apparently. Haragumo and Des Moines making their little smoke chain over at CCAP. We noticed this in the first battle, certainly. Yudum likes to take the long, gentle, strolling reverse in. Yeah, and in fairness, this time there was a Kleber in that cap, so I don't imagine he wanted that fight anyway.
He just takes the reverse in from a lot further distance than most other destroyer players have noticed, which it's not the end of the world. It just seems to be... You could be min-maxing that a bit more, putting it a bit closer, taking a bit more risk, get some more points taken. Because at the end of the day, that could be the difference. It's been taken, but he's been taken right now.
Yeah. And he's got to go in, he's got to touch it, then he's going to get radared by either the Petro or the Moskva.
Moskva's already burned his radar right at the start, so that's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Petro will force him out, though.
Yeah, the Petro should radar. There it is. And you do won't be able to, so if you do even bothers to leave, because, there is that 6 second, there's the Moskva shots out. That'll reset him. He'll be forced to...
Doesn't reset him, though?
He is forced out of the cap. Because there's Yami shots, there's Kremlin shots, and there's Moskva shots. It's I would say that's worth leaving.
I wouldn't, honestly. I would have took the reverse. I would have just reversed further in and dodged that way, but that's me.
Yeah, but as far as Yudum knows, that Moskva has a radar already.
Isn't he out of range though?
No, he should have been in range, and if Moskva's radar is oh no, yeah, it's just covering. It's just enough. Moskva's radar is ready now anyway.
So I just want to point out that this big hard push that through sent 5 ships over here, and they're just running into 2 clevers. And the problem is, with this clever position for Black Blueberry, he can just get a YOLO off on one of these 2, whoever wants to push around first, which means that 5 ships being currently stalled out, so they need to do something to get pressure over B to allow their daring to do some capping sooner rather than later. Because this Haragumo Des Moines isn't going to last forever in the face of, like, Moskva, Yamato, Daring, Des Moines. Because this Moskva has a much longer range radar than the Des Moines does. Radar's him, Yamato has shots ready, plus Des Moines. It's a painful combination. Also, torpedoes towards the Haragumo looking relatively spicy. Melvin! Nope. Okay.
Melvin says no thanks.
Moskva radar
Moskva
catches...
radar out, but... Yudum, yeah, Yudum does get reset there.
Yeah, he decides that this one's the one he's not going to move for.
Yeah, the Moskva. Maybe it was a mistake of whose radar it was. Maybe he thought the first one was the Moskva radar, so he was going to leave and wait for it. And this one is the petrol radar when it is actually the other way around.
All right, so he pops his damage control right as he gets to the outskirts, but there's another clever salvo coming in. There's also a Kremlin salvo coming in. Both of them going to be...
Jobsy returning the favour to Black Blueberry though.
Yeah.
Running the reload boost as well. He wants another one.
You need to be careful about this wall of torpedoes coming from the other clever. Actually, speaking of walls of torpedoes, I think we're about to see the Kremlin of Kath and the Marceau of Ginger both coming out of here with the potential clever tops on them.
So it looks like Kath's okay. It's coming to a full stop. Marceau is in danger.
If he turns back in like this, yes.
Yeah. Turning out range is the friend there, but I think straight line will solve that problem regardless.
Marseille will be speedy. Okay, so Marseille and Napoli did manage to get themselves forced up, so they are breaking that siege. They are allowed to rotate ships back off. We have Kutuzov and Kremlin going to be poked through that gap now, and this should allow them to get some pressure. Like, they forced the Moscow off the island. They should be able to use Daring and Marceau to take the cap. They have a Petropavlovsk radar to burn through, and then they should be okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the push for the AAO team over at sea needs to get moving, basically, because they're only pushing it to Haragumo Des Moines.
At some point, because the longer they wait there, it's inevitable that they'll just have to cut away without actually pushing through to track back and deal with the problems they've got on the other side. Sure. And if they do that, then the Des Moines Haragumo can just turn back in and put pressure on their side. So they have to push through and finish that and create this. They have to essentially create a crossfire on BCAP.
So one thing I don't agree with that we're currently doing is they're running a Haragumo and a Des Moines on the kiting flank. If you want to run a kiting destroyer for your smoke screens, I think Yuyang is the better option because it has much more smoke up time and you can resmoke and remaneuver. With a Haragumo, you want that for big pushes. You want, I'm going from this island to this island. I want a big smoke screen to block vision. I don't think they're using this the correct way, but you know, that's just simple stuff.
Jobsy and Exo, nope, the torps run out well before them, luckily. A little bit of...
Does Jobsy drift out the side of this? I think he drifts out the side of this. His turning circle's garbage.
Yeah, and he did have a collision with Exot. They bounced off each other in that smoke. He's probably communicating with Exot right now. Like, slow down, wait for me. He's going to get back inside but he doesn't have a damage control ready. So if he gets a fire, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, for 17 seconds. I mean, he's fine. He's dark now. Yeah. There's no more shells in the air. Sure, fine.
It's interesting to see as well. Kaz Thompson in the Kremlin for AAO has been farmed relatively successfully. There's 2 heals remaining and is just all the way back in the beeline there.
Yeah, I guess the Yamato pounding away at him from Kilibin, plus like all these destroyers, plus the Moskva of Kutuzov. I don't know if the Marseille and Napoli got involved in that at all either, but yeah, that Kremlin's just been forced out.
Yeah,
I think he might have took some thoughts. He had to have taken some thoughts, but from what? I don't even know.
I don't think he's taken any time. I think it's just been a Kremlin Mosque for Marceau, and every now and then a volley from Bin. With with Yami's. Yeah, is it doing that much damage with the AP at this range?
I mean, yes.
Okay. Yeah. There we go.
He's on double fire.
Those...
He's going to go down.
Yeah. He's got to go down here at the end of this here because the Kremlin's got that trolley armor scheme. Every now and then you just wonder, but Marceau of Ginger Ninja is in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he's caught in a Petro radar in front of a Daring and a smoke screen. There's also
Kremlin goes down.
Of Black Blueberry as well. Going to be jumping on them. Plus the second Kleber of Vasca. They're all going to be raining down. I think Ginger might be in a bit of trouble here.
He should be able to get away from this. The Petro radar is down now, and there's enough maneuvering there. Still spotted.
Yeah, he's on fire in front of the Daring. He doesn't have his damage control now. Still spotted though. Okay, now he gets dark, but there's still salvos coming in. Clever salvos still coming in, splashing all around him. More blind fire comes in. Not going to be catching him. He hits the brakes. Going to be using his
aggressive direction changes. I think.
Oh, he gets sniped. Nice shot by the Mosca of Total Papega from the border there.
Yeah, that was a good shot and a good prediction on the Mosca. He's clearly not going to be going the same direction anymore. He's trying to dodge these shots, so I'm just going to aim slightly off. Demon's
back in the corner. Yeah, I was looking
at
Demon as well. He's getting ran down. But to do this, they are having to give a lot of broadside to Kilibin's Yamato here. Demon's going to get a salvo. HE salvo at the front of the Moskva. He does have a damage. He does have damage control already right now.
Kilibin's shots are on the way for the Moskva right now. He's done it once already this series. Doesn't quite do the damage he needed to do there though.
That's what I was on about before with the Moskva pushing into the Des Moines and forcing him. He got separated from his Haragumo. Haragumo would have had a smoke ready for him, but it doesn't really matter because Moskva radar would have just put a big dent in that.
Yeah. I think the Moskva goes down here.
Yeah, he's got a Marceau wailing away at him. He doesn't have fire damage control ready. He's got double fire. He doesn't have healing.
Yeah, and Kilibin's recognised it's going to happen. He's already fired at the Des Moines instead. He had no interest in wasting shots on that Moskva.
Oh, this might hurt. Ow, that did hurt.
It doesn't quite do what you would hope it would do, but it's enough. Throw have the points lead. They have the cap advantage.
They are rotating dice to the Petropavlos to put his face in B cap. I mean, it's going to be painful, but he'll be able to block that for a while at least. It is Petropavlos. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get rid of. He also has
Kutuzov beached. Yami's shots coming in for him. I think Kutuzov goes down here. That Moskva is not going to... Desperate daring smoke from Yudum to save him, but I don't think there's enough there.
He doesn't have a Damacon.
Yeah, no heal.
There's the I'm going to die radar signal, that the universal signal of a ship that's about to die.
Will they trade it for Vasca though? Not Exot shot's not quite. Sorry, Jogsy's shot's not quite landing.
Mato Salo takes the kill. Okay, 3-2 in favor of AAO on the kills.
Petro is in B cap.
Yep, but he's got a lot more health than I expected. Is he giving full broadside?
And he's broadside to Kilibin.
Yeah, because the
I feel
salvo.
like we've been here before.
Oh, ouch!
We have been here before.
He's being forced forward. I think he went into the radar on the Daring. Yeah. And that's a lot of firepower coming in onto Yudum. He is on fire.
He's spotted still.
I think he must be shooting.
Yeah, and the smoke's gone. He's gone back into his smoke to go undetected, but the smoke went down too early.
Salvo's still coming in. He's on 2k. Kleber's gonna miss. Okay. Petropavlos during all of that took even more shots. Blind fire coming in? No, that's going into the cast in the Kremlin. Petro doesn't have a Damacon ready for another 30 seconds. If he's on fire currently, there we go. Shot through the barrel of the Kremlin. This is close actually. This is a good game. Napoli Vex are going to be pushing forward. He's actually going to get some shots on the Kleber. That could be a lot of damage if he gets him right.
Yeah, so I think Throw need to grab some DD kills here because we are about to see a Daring step on B and there's nothing to counter it.
Yeah, that's a full HP Daring basically as well.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing to... Kilibin has decided that he wants to have a pop at, I think, the Moskva. Total Papega reversing it. Vasca goes down just in front of it.
Jobsy slapped the soul out of that Kleber there.
Yeah,
that was an unexpected kill. 900 points to throw. There's only 92 points left in it. Like even if
I think they win on one.
They do currently win on one.
We have to wait until the cap is finished to confirm that.
Look at the health on you. No, it's definitely one. You just do quick maths. It's so.
I don't do quick maths.
Okay, 80 is less than 350. 80 times 2 is less than 350.
Is it though? Yes. But we do see. Total Papega's Moskva is in a lot of trouble out there as well.
You say that, but I think XIV might be the one that's currently... Well, maybe not.
What's going to do it though? The Yami needs to make that kill.
Yeah.
Miami has no interest, and Exot's going to
pointless.
just, Exot's just going to win that all day long. Especially when Killerman has a distinct interest in that fight himself from across the map. And Jobs is going to get involved here, I would imagine, from the Marseille over at A. Reload boost is out. Yeah, that's the we're going to get this kill for the match win. Kef's Kremlin shots coming in. Don't quite do it, but there we go.
984 points.
20 seconds left. Daring, hard spotted by the Kremlin of Kef. Kef's just decided he's going to go forward. Been shooting over into the Daring. Doesn't connect. I would imagine at this point the Haragumo guns are all turning. Yes, there they are.
Yeah, there's a lot of fire raining on this Daring.
And that is it. Throw take this 2-1.
Yeah. And it really feels like that should be the final thing for the day, but it's really not. We do have another series coming up.
So Throw are going on to play Surakatra next.
Yeah,
and I believe we are... Let's go and find out who we have.
I believe we... I don't think it's been decided yet, actually. Alright, so hang on. Winner, Throw. Congratulations, taking that series 2-1. Things are complicated, Jerry.